chaotic, deeply personal journey of becoming. We often fixate on the glittering destination, the trophy, the title, the applause, while completely overlooking the quiet, gritty magic of the miles it takes to get there. The truth is, your life's journey isn't just a path you walk. It is a masterpiece you shape with every single choice, setback, and triumph. The power of the first step. Every monumental achievement starts at the exact same baseline, a single decision to try. Momentum does not favor the spectators. It rewards the bold. When you feel overwhelmed by the sheer distance between where you are and where you want to be, narrow your focus. Micro wins matter. You don't need to figure out the next 10 years today. You just need to master the next 10 minutes. Action breeds clarity. You cannot think your way into a new life. You have to act your way there. Redefining the obstacles. Let's be completely honest. You will stumble. You will meet failure, rejection, and moments of biting self-doubt. But here is the perspective shift that changes everything. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the textbook for it. When a plan falls apart, it isn't life telling you to stop. It is life asking you how badly you want it. Every closed door forces you to look for a window. Every detour introduces you to a version of yourself you wouldn't have met on the easy path. The struggles aren't blocking the journey. They are the journey. They forge your resilience, sharpen your intellect, and build the character required to sustain your success once you finally reach it. The anatomy of consistent growth. True transformation happens in the dark, when no one is watching, cheering, or hitting the like button. It is built on the unglamorous, daily habits that compound over time. Element. The illusion. The reality. Progress. Sudden leaps and overnight success. Small, boring daily choices that compound over years. Motivation. A constant feeling of high energy. An unreliable spark. Discipline must take over when it fades. Focus. Pleasing everyone on the way up. Saying no to distractions to protect your vision. Own your narrative. Your background, your past mistakes, and your current limitations do not hold the pen to your future. You do. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Your journey is uniquely yours, timed perfectly to your growth. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. The roots always grow deep before the tree bears fruit. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep pushing forward. Your future self is waiting for you to finish this chapter. What will your next page say? What specific goal or dream are you currently working toward that inspired you to seek this motivation today? Chapter 2. The deep work of greatness. To build a life of profound success, we must venture past the surface of superficial motivation. The initial spark of inspiration is beautiful, but it is fleeting. It gets you out of bed on a sunny Monday morning, but it will not sustain you at 3 a.m. on a rainy Thursday when the code doesn't work, the manuscript feels flat, or the financial projections aren't adding up. To go the distance, you must transition from being motivated to being driven by purpose. True success is an endurance sport, a long-form narrative where the protagonist, you, must constantly evolve to survive the plot twists of reality. 1. The crucible of the quiet years. We live in a culture obsessed with the reveal. We want the before and after photos, the sudden IPO, the viral video. But the most sacred part of any success story is what historians call the quiet years. These are the years of anonymity, where you work tirelessly without validation, applause, or guarantee of a payout. Do not fear the quiet years. Protect them. This is your incubation period. Mastery takes privacy. In the shadows, you are free to make catastrophic mistakes, learn from them, and rebuild without the judgment of the public eye. Skill over status. Use this time to build skills so undeniable that the world cannot ignore you when you finally step into the light. Character development. Who you are when no one is watching determines how long you will stay at the top once everyone is looking. If you are currently in your quiet years, feeling unseen and unappreciated, take heart. You are not buried, you are planted. 2. The mechanics of resilience. Bouncing forward. We often hear about resilience as the ability to bounce back to who we were before a crisis. But that is a flawed concept. You cannot go through a professional failure, a broken relationship, or a financial setback and remain unchanged. You don't bounce back, you bounce forward. Crisis/failure. Greater than deconstruction, greater than adaptation, greater than the new higher baseline. When you absorb a heavy blow from life, allow it to shatter the illusions that weren't serving you anyway. Take the broken pieces and use them to construct a stronger, wiser, and more adaptable version of yourself. The 3 questions for every setback. When a door slams in your face, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask these 3 constructive questions. 1. What does this present situation require of me that my past self couldn't handle? 2. What blind spot did this failure just expose in my strategy? 3. How can I use this detour to find a more innovative path? 3. The myth of the solitary genius. No one achieves meaningful success in a vacuum. While your journey requires deep personal accountability, it also demands strategic alignment with the right ecosystem. Take a hard, honest look at the people, media, and environments you interact with daily. The elevators. These are the mentors, friends, and peers who challenge your intellect, hold you accountable to your standards, and expand your definition of what is possible. The anchors. These are the cynics, the comfortably stagnant, and the doubters who pull you down to their level of comfort because your ambition makes them uncomfortable with their own complacency. You cannot expect to fly like an eagle if you surround yourself with turkeys. Curate your circle with ruthless intent. Seek out people who are ahead of you on the path, whose daily realities look like your future dreams, and study their patterns. 4. Cultivating the unshakable mindset. The mind is a wild territory. Left untamed, it will default to fear, scarcity, and survival mechanisms inherited from ancient ancestors. To achieve extraordinary success, you must train your mind to operate on a higher frequency. The growth mindset. Trait. The fixed mindset. The growth mindset. Effort. If I have to work hard, I'm not naturally talented. Effort is the price of admission for mastery. Feedback. Taken as a personal attack or insult. Taken as free data to upgrade performance. Other success generates jealousy, insecurity, and bitterness. Generates a blueprint, inspiration, and proof of concept. When you adopt a growth mindset, the world ceases to be a courtroom judging your worth and becomes a classroom teaching you how to grow. You stop viewing yourself as a finished product and start viewing yourself as an ongoing experiment. 5. Managing your internal capital, energy versus time. Time management is a lie. We all have the same 24 hours, yet the outputs of individuals vary drastically. The real secret to peak performance is energy management. You can have all the time in the world, but if your cognitive, emotional, and physical energy is depleted, your execution will be hollow. Protect your energy with the same intensity that a bank protects its vault. Digital detox. Stop consuming low-grade algorithmic noise first thing in the morning. Let your brain wake up to creation, not consumption. Emotional boundaries. Learn the art of the elegant no. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to your core vision. Physical vitality. Treat your body like a high-performance machine. Sleep, movement, and nutrition are not rewards for hard work. They are the fuel that makes the hard work possible. 6. The long horizon. Loving the boredom. The final, and perhaps most difficult, bridge to cross on the road to success is learning to fall in love with the monotony. Media makes success look like a non-stop montage of victories, red carpets, and champagne toasts. In reality, success is a repeating loop of doing the exact same fundamentals correctly, thousands of times over, long after the novelty has worn off. It is the writer staring at a blank page every morning. It is the entrepreneur looking at spreadsheets week after week. It is the athlete doing the same drills until their muscles remember them automatically. When you can look at the daily, boring tasks required by your dream and find a sense of peace and joy in mastering them, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable because you are no longer dependent on external rewards to keep going. The practice itself becomes your reward. The ultimate promise. Look back at everything you have already survived. You have a 100% success rate of making it through your worst days, your deepest heartbreaks, and your most terrifying transitions. The reservoir of strength inside you is not empty. It is simply waiting for a challenge big enough to demand its activation. Raise your gaze. Dust off the dust of past failures. Step back onto the field. The world has enough critics, enough spectators, and enough doubters. What the world desperately needs is someone who dares to dream wildly, plan meticulously, and execute relentlessly. Let that person be you. What is the biggest mental roadblock or distraction you need to eliminate this week to fully align with this level of focus? Chapter 3. The Evolution of the Self. To step into the highest version of your future, you must be willing to let go of the version of you that got you here. Many people stall on their journey to success not because they lack talent, but because they are fiercely loyal to their old habits, old identities, and old comfort zones. Evolution requires friction. It demands that you actively participate in your own transformation. 1. The trap of the comfort zone. The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but absolutely nothing grows there. It feels safe because it is predictable. But predictability is the enemy of progress. When you stay where things are easy, your potential begins to atrophy. Seek discomfort daily. If an opportunity scares you a little bit, that is exactly the sign that you should pursue it. Fear is often just growth in disguise. Normalize being the beginner. To become a master at something new, you must first be willing to look foolish. Embrace the awkwardness of learning. If you feel comfortable every single day, you aren't winning, you are coasting. And you cannot climb a mountain by coasting. 2. The discipline of inner certainty. As you climb higher, the noise around you will increase. Critics will question your direction, skeptics will mock your pace, and well-meaning friends might try to hold you back out of their own fear. This is why you must develop an unbreakable core of inner certainty. External noise and opinions, greater than tilter of core values, greater than decisive action. You cannot build a monumental life if you constantly check the emotional weather vane of other people's opinions. Let your values be your compass, and let your work ethic be your statement. When your validation comes from within, from knowing you gave your absolute best effort to the day, the praise of the world cannot inflate your ego, and the criticism of the world cannot break your spirit. 3. The architecture of legacy. True success eventually outgrows the boundaries of self-interest. While it is wonderful to achieve financial freedom, status, and personal accolades, the ultimate peak of any life journey is legacy. Ask yourself, how will the world be different because I chose to wake up and fight for my dreams today? Lift as you climb. Share your knowledge, mentor those behind you, and build doors for others to walk through. Solve real problems. The most sustainable, lucrative, and fulfilling businesses and careers are those that solve deep pain points for humanity. When your daily hustle is connected to a cause larger than yourself, you tap into a limitless reservoir of human energy. You no longer run out of gas because you aren't just running for yourself anymore. The final charge. Your life is a brief, beautiful flash of light in the history of the universe. Do not spend it playing small. Do not spend it apologizing for your ambition or hiding your brilliance so that others don't feel insecure around you. Stand tall in your vision. Execute with relentless precision. Treat every single day as a canvas waiting for your masterpiece. The path is open, the tools are in your hands, and the clock is ticking. Go make it happen. As you reflect on this final chapter, what is the single most important legacy or impact you want to leave behind through your success?